Welcome to our first episode of How to Win Z-League Tournaments. My name is Mike, and today we're going to be talking about something that's really crucial to improving your gameplay, and that's your mouse and controller sensitivity. First, we're going to talk about PC sensitivity. So there's a few things that you need to know before we really dive into the in-game sensitivity. One of them is DPI. So your mouse, if you have a gaming mouse, is going to have adjustable DPI, which you can find in whatever app your mouse comes with. DPI stands for dots per inch, and basically what it means is how many times your mouse refreshes as you move it across your mouse pad. The higher your DPI, the faster your mouse will feel. Without going into too much detail, the reason why you want to keep your DPI a little bit lower is that you don't want your mouse to overreact when you're making small adjustments as you're tracking a moving target. Personally, on my mouse, I use 800 DPI. Now that we got the technical stuff out of the way, let's get in game. The same rules apply in game. For Call of Duty, you actually have two separate sensitivities. One for just regular looking around and hip firing, and the other for aiming down sights. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. For me personally, if you look on my screen, I use a 2.6 sensitivity on 800 DPI. Now you could try this as for a reference and see how you feel if you're playing on PC. Your regular sensitivity is going to be for when you're running around the map, looting and clearing corners. And you want to find a good balance between looting and aiming down sights. At least for me, in Call of Duty, the relative aim down sight sensitivity has always worked for me. Now you can go and change this and fine tune it, but for me personally, I found that the relative aim sensitivity worked just fine. A rule of thumb is that you want to be able to quickly clear a corner or pick up loot with ease without sacrificing your precision when chasing down or aiming down a target that's moving. If your sensitivity is too high, any small adjustments you make in-game are going to throw your aim off completely, and so you won't be able to chase someone who's trying to run away or drop shotting. If you're just starting out, this might feel like your mouse is very heavy or that you find that it's way too slow. I promise you, give it a few games and you'll get used to it. If you're someone who's been playing for a long time and been using a high sensitivity, I mean, if it works, it works. But generally, if you're able to lower it, you want to take that time and lower the sensitivity, you're going to perform much better and much more consistently too. When you have the option to use raw input, make sure raw input's selected, whether it's through the app from your mouse manufacturer or whether it's in-game. Also, just a quick aside, if you're using a lower sensitivity, you're probably going to need a pretty big mouse pad. I use a SteelSeries QCK and I use the large size. Anything like that I think is sufficient, or even bigger is better if you have the desk space for it. For console players on controller, or even PC players on controller, the same rules apply. You want to be able to effectively and efficiently run through the map, loot, clear corners, without sacrificing your precision when someone is either performing some evasive maneuvers or doing something like jump shotting or drop shotting. You want to be able to stick to those targets as much as you can. Think of someone on stadium who is jumping off. You want to be able to follow their trajectory as they're parachuting down. Aim assist can really help with this, and we'll dive into that just briefly, but really what you want to be able to do is make sure that your stick sensitivity is something that feels adequate and really adjust the aim down sight sensitivity. So for me personally, I like a high stick sensitivity when I'm not aiming down sights, so it helps me sort of scan the map, do a 180 if I need to, or clear a corner. But when I'm aiming down sights, I really want the sensitivity to be quite low. Now you'll play with this to find something that's right, but the rule stays the same for both PC and console players. If you're running around the map, you want to be able to do so effectively. If you're aiming, you want to do so efficiently and precisely. When your sensitivity is way too high, anytime someone moves and you go to follow them, you're going to end up overcompensating one way or the other, and it's going to cause you to lose a lot of fights when you otherwise could win, especially in a game like Call of Duty where recoil is really not that big of a deal. Something that can help you greatly when you're trying to stick to a target is aim assist. Now, if you're someone who's new to Call of Duty games, I would recommend the focusing option in the aim assist. For me personally, whenever I'm playing on controller, I kind of just leave it standard, but the truth is that I don't have a lot of experience. So if you're someone like me, maybe you want to stick to standard or focusing, and then as you get better and as you're able to bring that sensitivity down, the precision aim assist will really help you stick to that target. Ideally at that point, after you've logged enough hours, you're probably pretty precise already, and it's really just a question of staying on that target as they run through the map. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. We hope this video helped you just a little bit, especially for someone who's getting started with Call of Duty and especially the Z-League tournaments. This is the first video, like I mentioned, in a series, so if you have ideas or there's something that you're struggling with, please leave us a comment, or maybe you would agree or disagree with what I just said. Leave us a comment, we'll read all of them, and we hope you stay tuned for our next video. If you guys haven't already signed up, please head over to zleague.gg and sign up for your first free tournament. And of course, stay subscribed to this channel and head over to twitch.tv/zleague to watch our live shoutcasts of all the main events. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.